Gorgonzola is blue cheese?
Trying his
Yes.
food. And if it's not good, I
I
might
have no
more
idea.
work ahead of me.
I was today years old.
In the 6 hours before we open. Well,
I love
my
Gorgonzola.
assistants here. Welcome. What do you think?
Okay, but it's one of those things. It's like champagne. It has to be produced in the designated region of origin. But the simple man just calls it blue cheese. So there's your little blue cheese fact for the day.
You have a blue cheese fact of the day every episode.
I'll leave you to that. You can do all the research to have a blue cheese fact of the day.
Oh my
for
God.
every
Okay.
episode.
The pressure.
If you're gonna serve wings or ranch, I don't want to do business with you. I get up and leave, even if I don't get the wings. It's either blue cheese or wings. Go for wings.
That's right, never mind who you thought it was. This is the Buffalluminati Podcast, your keeper of Buffalo secrets. We got a great episode for you today, but first, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I'm your host, Jake. My co-host, Jeff, will be joining me in just a minute, but we kind of messed up the intro this week, so I'm just here to welcome you all to the show. We got a great one for you. Like I said, we're going to be checking out Restaurant Impossible. They did an episode over the pandemic here in Buffalo, and we're going to dive right into it. Here we go. Whenever you're ready, sir. We got Restaurant Impossible. We found the episode. Bogged Down in Buffalo. What a horrible title. But
I know.
Yeah.
They don't know. They're Australian. I don't know.
Is he Australian or is he British? Like,
No, Robert Irvine's Australian, I'm pretty sure.
oh, okay. I didn't watch this. I watched Kitchen Nightmare.
Did we fact check this before we offend somebody?
No, it's fine. It's whatever.
All right, here we go.
He's
Tap in.
Tap in.
Okay, so he's
Sledgehammer.
English. So he's English and we're racist. Let's tap in.
I said English. So.
My mother passed away, and then my house burnt down.
Beautiful.
I was
What?
shocked, just standing there
What?
watching
Hold
my
on.
house
What?
burn.
Who? What? His beautiful mother. I said.
No, that's not what I was.
Oh, you're talking about how he was standing there? Oh, you meant how he was standing there watching his house burn down.
I'm talking about first his mom passes, which is horrible enough. He lost his father like a decade or so prior to that. But then your house burned, you're served divorce papers and your house burned down, which I'm thinking those last two might be connected. Somebody didn't want the other one to get the house, maybe, allegedly.
Maybe she might have still been on the life insurance.
Something. I don't know. It could be, wow. It could be a Carrie Underwood situation. We don't know, but that's wild and sad. And I don't mean to make jokes, but that was a crazy. There's always those things in the reality shows, the heartstrings moment. I lost my dad, my business went under because of the pandemic or because of the economic something or other. This guy has like all the checklists for all of those, like, divorce, lost your house in a fire, lost your parents. Like it's like so much that I want to hate and be like, all right, come on now. But it's like, it's so much even that I'm the asshole if I say that. Like, that's crazy. Cause, yeah, poor guy. Right. And I mean, you don't want this to happen to anybody. And
he seems like so nice.
Right. And yeah. And I'm sure he is. We're going to have to see where they're at.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
Sounded like gunshots.
I think that was a little bit of magical of sound editing.
The front door doesn't
Go
close
back,
correctly,
play that
it was
again.
slammed.
That was
Stand in this.
That was an assassination attempt at Robert Irvine. Oh, it's the frame around the window.
I was like, well, he is in Buffalo.
I can tell you in a minute I walk in the door, the front door doesn't close correctly. Just
It was,
slammed.
it was Gordon Ramsay.
In
It's
this
like you stole my show.
cavernous,
Gordon Ramsay and John
dark
Taffer doing a drive.
restaurant.
Oh my
My
God.
wife then left me. Divorce starts. My mind goes off the business.
Hold on.
About a year.
Bro. How's it get worse? How's it get worse? I don't like this is happening in Buffalo.
This guy asked me to come over for dinner, and he stole my what?
I did not even see that coming, but Robert Irvine looked like he saw it coming a mile away. Every time he said
Yeah, he's
something,
like,
he was
"Oh,
like,
if
I
I
don't
had
like
a
that at
nickel,
yeah, I don't
tale
like
as
that
old
at
as
all.
time."
Yep. If I had a nickel for every time somebody invited themselves to my house for dinner so they can get closer to my wife, Gail Kim. See what I did there?
Yeah,
All right,
she's a fine wrestler.
tap it. It's great.
Your house is on fire. I said, what? There was an electrical fire in the laundry room. And the whole
Okay,
house.
time out. I know we got to feel sorry for this guy, but also I am a firm believer that at some point, like even if you're not necessarily the cause, if a ton of bad stuff happens to you all the time, at some point, for me, I got to keep my distance. I don't know. That's just me. Like that's something I learned in life. It's like if you're a person where that stuff just habitually happens to you, I don't want to be around.
Your habitual stuff happener.
You're just a habitual bad lucker. But bad luck happen.
Look at the look on his face, though. He does not look. I don't know if he's not buying it or if he's just. I don't know.
Maddie's in Buffalo is what it is.
Maybe.
It's like I thought I was going to Buffalo, Colorado.
I promised them that I would rebuild our house.
Okay. Let me tell you something.
Yeah. Oh my God. Why is he disrespecting my man Steve so bad? He said like, sorry to hear that about your father passing, and ever since then it's just been eye roll after eye roll. Like, it's like I've heard it all before, man.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to judge too much because all we've heard is the hardship. But like you
He's
said,
crying a little bit too much. Crying a little bit too much.
right. At some point, you have to rise above your own circumstances to be successful.
Exactly.
But
And who does that?
maybe he does. There's a whole episode ahead. We have.
No, I'm saying you do. I'm saying you do that.
Yes. Yeah.
You're the only one that can do that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
At the end of the day. Philosophy by the Buffalluminati.
I just love how the picture goes gray when you pause it, and like this is the perfect like sad dog moment. Just
Yeah. Poor man.
I'm hearing the truth. Damn.
I hope he's still open and he was able to keep his family.
What is your job?
So I'm his friend. My job today
I'm
is
his friend.
Hosting.
That's my job. I'm your friend.
What do you do here? I just
People
come
see me.
here for
Yeah.
2 years.
On the business side,
Eat it, Robert.
Eat it, you coward.
ravioli, the fancied U10 scallops.
Ramsey would eat it.
I was brought up from a father who speaks your language.
Good. Give me that.
I get it.
Now get everything else cleaned up.
God damn, what the fuck? What was
But he's gonna
that?
do something-
Hold on,
he's
what
gonna
was
do
that?
something-
Dad was a tough guy.
He's gonna do something nice and sentimental with the picture.
You think he's gonna do? Okay, maybe, but
He's gonna put it up in the new restaurant and be like, "See that picture? It was all worth it now."
yeah, that is probably what he's gonna say. But
Which
that
part?
was very much like a give me that, go F yourself, like.
No, it's just that tough love. He's like, "Now get back."
But
to
was
work."
that a moment that he needed tough love? He was showing that he was receptive to the criticism and everything. I'm just saying, like, that was a little too dramatic. It's like, pause.
Albert Irvine does not relent until the job is done.
In actual fact, you haven't sold any one of these 2 a day. Not one of them. So what does that tell me?
Oh, damn.
You have no
Not even
clue
wings, huh?
about your menu. And yet all the information
That's hard to
is at
do.
your fingertips.
Right.
It don't matter what restaurant you're at.
So, do you like gorgonzola? You like blue cheese?
Yeah.
Let's try it. This is the moment of truth for Steve.
Gorgonzola is
First
blue
time when
cheese?
trying his
Yes.
food. And if it's not good, I
I
might
had no
have
idea.
more work ahead of me.
I
than
was
can
2 years
accomplish in
old.
the 6 hours before we open. Well,
I love
burger
gorgonzola.
last
Although the one time I did buy an actual block of blue cheese, it kind of smelled and tasted like straight vomit, but there clearly is a difference.
Italian blue cheese.
Oh, it's just Italian blue cheese?
Yes.
I was about to say when he was cutting it, he's like, gorgonzola. And I was like, that looks like blue cheese.
Okay, but it's one of those things, it's like champagne. It has to be produced in the designated region of origin and all of that.
Well, I feel like cheese is
type
like
thing.
that.
Yeah.
Cheese
But
is
it's
like
not
that too.
quite as strict as champagne in that other things
Yeah.
can be called gorgonzola, but the simple man just calls it blue cheese. So there's your little blue cheese fact for the day.
You should have a blue cheese fact of the day every episode.
I'll leave you to that. You can do all the research to have a blue cheese fact of the day
Oh my
for
God.
every
Okay.
episode.
The pressure.
All right, back to the gorgonzola steak with gorgonzola, and mashed potatoes, or whatever he said. Bok choy.
Yellow cauliflower.
And yeah, was it yellow cauliflower or orange or
Fuck. Orange cauliflower.
purple?
Purple
Anyway.
cauliflower.
What's it called?
A beef and whack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is my take on your beef and, what do you call it? Whack?
beef and whack.
Whack.
You're both saying it wrong. Whoa.
You know what a Kennewick roll is,
Buffalo thing.
Robert?
My take on
You've had
beef
it.
and whack. Okay. We've taken a
Maybe not.
break.
Is the roll from Buffalo?
3.5
Yes.
hours. It's got a
That's a
Oh.
local thing.
time, lots
Welcome to
of
Buffalo, bitch.
Game over.
Oh! It's over. This will be the best sandwich in Buffalo, period.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Okay,
Yeah,
now
he-
don't go saying that, Robert. Don't go saying you came into Buffalo and made the best beef on whack. On your second day, you've never even had it. The first, you
$2.45.
don't even know what it's supposed to be.
Open your eyes.
Oh my God.
Close your eyes for 1 second.
There it is.
This restaurant wouldn't be complete without your dad being in it. Open your eyes.
That is the Casa de Francesca's story. And it was quite an entertaining tale. I'm glad that we get to, every once in a while, we can find these episodes of Buffalo themed media.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it wasn't like.
Hold
it
on.
was very-
What was that face?
Well, I Googled Casa de Francesca.
Okay, yeah, so did I. We'll get into it in a minute.
Before I get into that, no, it was very emotional, and I feel like that was the theme of this episode. Like there was no real, aside from him being like salmonella, like there was no real conflict. It was just like, you know, him being tough and the other guy being like, I'm soft and I know it. So like no real drama, you know what I mean? It's like a movie you watch with no conflict. It just felt like kind of just run of the mill, business as usual. But yeah, I felt like the guy was, you know, worth rooting for at least. He cried a little bit too much. I wish he would kind of, you know, worry about doing more than feeling. But I also
You
feel
gotta be
him
so
a lot
cruel,
because
Jeff.
I'm
Are men not allowed to have feelings?
no, that's why I like him, is because I'm a lot like him, but you know, to a lesser extent. Like, you know, I don't cry like that, but I feel like I agree with a lot of, you know, his sentiments and the things he said and the things that are important to him. It's just I wish he wouldn't be so much like the victim, almost like, and I'm not even saying like he painted himself to be the victim that much, but it just kind of happens when you kind of pile it on like that. You know what I mean? It's people feel bad for you, so
Oh, yeah.
you know, he could have said, "Oh yeah, I had all that happen to me," and but you know what? I'm gonna make it. But also for the show, they got to pretend like it's it's the end of the line. So I don't know.
Right.
Either way, anyway.
Yeah. Moving on. Casa de Francesca's is still open. That was a more recent episode. It took place in the pandemic, but as we've seen with these shows, they can close down within weeks of an episode. I think there's actually 1 or 2 Kitchen Nightmares that closed before the episode even aired. Like the time in between filming and it actually getting on TV, which that's got to be devastating because that was your one hope, is if that makes TV, you get that little bump in business that can keep you alive long enough to turn your shit around. But
it's like Shark Tank.
Exactly.
Even if I don't get a deal, people will know our brand.
For sure. So yeah, looking at Yelp, the reviews are mixed. They got an average 3.3 rating, 105 reviews. But
3.3 is not bad out of 5, though.
It's not good either. So we got to keep it real. That being said,
no, but I'd say that's about average.
Yeah. The one thing I did notice is searching newest first is that it's all positive. Every review that was from this year was 5 stars. And then one from about a year ago, November 21st of 2023, that was a 4-star. And looking at the 1-star reviews and sorting by newest first, the last 1-star review they got on Yelp was from November of 2021, which was after the Restaurant Impossible episode, but obviously a few years ago. And all the ones before that, going back to 2019, 2018, and before. So it looks like they may have turned it around. I feel like we're going to have to do a follow-up episode. Maybe even that'll be our next episode, is just following up on this, on the restaurant.
Also, the first thing I noticed was the hours. Tuesday through Saturday, 4 to 9. They're only open 5 hours a night. So is that, like, I'm not sure. It's hard to read right now. Is that like good because they're so busy and huge from the show now that they only have to be open those hours, or is that like bad?
I would like to know what they were open before the show.
Yeah.
It didn't look like they were open for lunch because most of that filming was happening in the middle of the day and it was empty. It's not like
that might have been their schedule anyway.
I mean, for a dinner shift, I mean, it's not horrible. I would like.
I know some people like that, but
yeah,
is it because you can be like that, or is it because you have to be like that? I've actually had this. We were talking about this at work the other day, me and some coworkers, about like, some places just like you'd be surprised when you first hear it, but some places for some reason are closed on Sundays, like Sundays and Mondays. Mondays especially, somehow during the pandemic became like the day. Like everybody was like, we're going to close. Like here, all the Chinese restaurants were like, Monday, we're just not open anymore.
Monday is generally a slow day in the restaurant industry. There's a lot of restaurants that close Monday because everybody spends their money on the weekend and then they're broken back to work and don't have the time or the energy. So
yeah, probably a lot of industries.
Unless you're like a sports bar or something that can capitalize on Monday Night Football or whatever. Usually that's just a bar, not a... No one's going and sitting down at a restaurant's bar just to watch the game.
Some weirdos go to Applebee's and hang out at the bar like that's a local bar.
That's true, and those people are an anomaly wherever they may be. That said, Jeff, I did look also while we were talking here. I did look up the health inspection record for Casa de Francesca's, and that tells a slightly different story.
Oh.
Just looking at their most recent inspection, which was November 12th of this year, so a few days off of...
A week ago?
Yeah, basically a week ago. Anyway, enough with that foolishness. They did have 4 non-critical violations. For those that don't know, there's critical and non-critical. Critical are the ones that if there's, that's something that's got to be fixed right away, and if you can't fix it, you might get shut down. Or you don't fix it. It's sometimes, obviously, they'll give you a grace period to get things fixed. They're not just going to, unless you're really bad, they're not just going to come in and put a padlock on the place. And those 4 violations, which I'm going to put up on the screen right now. Some food contact surfaces not washed, rinsed, or sanitized after use. And they said specifically the slicer, which, as a former deli worker, got to make sure that's clean because it's got a lot of nooks and crannies that old meat can get stuck in and it just gets nasty. And repeat offense of the interior of the microwave was not clean. Repeat offense of ceiling tiles missing in the kitchen, which is interesting because that was on the show.
Yeah.
Remember, he had that leak spot that they got rid of. So I'm wondering if they never got the leak repaired, which I could understand that Robert Irvine probably only focuses on the cosmetics, but why bother?
Yeah.
If you're not going to fix
I
it.
I don't know if it's not as big of a thing in the newer seasons, but like when I used to watch Restaurant Impossible, it was also like they were on a time constraint and a budget constraint.
Oh yeah,
like,
there's always
it's reality TV, so how much of that is real? But like also obviously they're not going to come in and renovate the entire building because it looked like there was about 2 or 3 floors.
Oh, they never do in any of those situations.
They don't even do the kitchen. They're just like, you're going to clean the kitchen, and then we'll renovate the bar restaurant.
Right.
So yeah, I wouldn't doubt if they didn't. So I guess I can't put it on them, but they should have got that fixed.
Right. Well, I know, like in Kitchen Nightmares, though, they have put in. If the people got if Gordon walked in and he saw that someone was working off of a household oven, they would have a brand new commercial range in that kitchen.
And I've seen him do that, which is weird. It was, but like I said, these are newer, and it was like the pandemic, so I don't know if they changed some things about it, but.
Also consider during the pandemic just this whole supply hell that everybody was in. So can you imagine trying to get that, and you need that here for showtime so that you can show it on the, you know what I mean? Right. So, but I think that, none of that is horrible. It's not what I was expecting, especially when you consider what the kitchen looked like before. It sounds like they have at least maintained some level of health standard. So there's that. But
$30 for spaghetti and meatballs, though.
Are you serious? Go ahead. No, where'd you see that? Hold on, I'm going right to their direct website now. Here we go. Spaghetti and meatballs, $15. Chicken parmesan, $18. Deep fried lasagna, $18.
Oh, what the hell? But, okay, how many meatballs? You get 1 meatball, and then you got to buy extra meatballs. How much are their extras? Only 2. That's not bad. $2 isn't bad.
I want to see about that sandwich. I don't see the sandwich.
I don't see it either. No beef on wick, son. But to his... I mean, maybe people weren't coming there. I mean, it is an Italian restaurant, and then the beef on wick was probably more of a Buffalo gimmick thing. And when this is your menu and it's all this good-looking Italian food, like, I'm not coming there for beef on wick.
That's true. All right, so what do you say, Jeff? Are we going to make this the next episode? Us going to the Casa?
I don't know about the next episode. It's Christmas time, but...
Well, what are you doing?
Maybe. It's not that bad.
You're telling me you can't spend $15 on some spaghetti and meatballs or whatever?
Everybody knows what I'm ordering already. Yeah, I don't know. We definitely should go. I definitely want to go.
All right.
Keep this place. Hope it's not packed, though.
It depends. Like I said, the reviews are high now, and they're doing better in their health inspections, so maybe they turned a corner. It's going to be interesting to see. But yeah, I think that we're just going to have to make sure that, I don't know what. We're probably going to have to
To
end
make
this
sure-
episode at some point, though.
We got to stop in and see Steve.
We'll stop in
And
to
we
see
may
Steve.
never leave.
Coming soon, one of the last episodes of the year, we will be hitting up Steve at Casa de Francesca's. And if you've been with us throughout the year, we thank you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new here. Hit the like button. Visit us, Buffalluminati, on Facebook and Instagram. We're on TikTok now at Buffalluminati. And nowhere else right now, but maybe some new places. There's a whole bunch of new social media sites that are popping up recently, so maybe we'll check some of those out.
Tell us where to be.
Exactly. But I'm Jake, this is Jeff, and this has been the Buffalluminati Podcast, Restaurant Impossible.
We out.